And our theme for this year is mindset. Obviously, that's our focus. And on a daily basis, I think it means looking at the guy to your right and the guy to your left and looking at your brother and say, how am I going to make this day better for him? How am I going to sacrifice my own needs and make him better as a player? And I think that's what this team is going to do.
Frank, we all saw what happened between Anthony and Dwight on the bench. We saw you get a technical. We saw Rondo get into it with the fan courtside. Were you disappointed with the team's sort of composure level on the whole tonight? And I guess, what do you think contributed to that?
I think there are three isolated situations. The fan slapped Rondo's hand. Like, that has nothing to do with our composure. Dwight and AD had a miscue on a coverage, and they talked it out. But, when you're getting your ass kicked, sometimes those conversations get heated. Those guys love each other. They talked it out, and that's going to happen from time to time. I'd rather our guys care, than not care. I got a tech because, reasons are obvious why I got a tech. Just leave it at that.
Frank, on those incidents that you mentioned, all isolated but all pretty notable and all on video in the time we live in. People will look at those a lot. They'll form an opinion about the state of this team. What do you think that those collectively say about where your team is kind of on its path?
It says we want to be 2-0 and we're not. That's all it says. We got a good group of guys that like each other. Our process is really strong, and we got a good system on both sides of the ball. And
what was happening on the bench in the first half with you and AD, and if you guys got a chance to talk about it either.
We squashed it right then and there. We just had a disagreement about something that was on the floor. So we both very passionate about winning. We didn't want to lose this game, so we both were just, very passionate. We got it out the way. We grown men, things happen. But we already done talk, squash it. There's no issues between me and him. And that's my brother. That's my teammate. And that's what I told him. So I'm always be here for you, no matter what. I'm always fight for you. I'm going to do whatever I can to help this team win. He said the same thing, so we're good. We squashed it. There's no need to try to make it bigger than something else.
Yeah, enjoyed it in that second quarter. A lot of fouls early. Was it defensive rotations, or what was some of the stuff?
We're just trying to get it together. This is our second game. Second real game. And we're gonna get it right. I know a lot of people count us out already. It's early. A lot of people laughing at us and joking, but we're gonna get this thing together. We know what's on the line, and we want to win. We're very passionate. We won number 18. So we're not gonna stop. We're gonna do whatever we can to get that.
Dwight, do you think that the incident with AD was a result of the frustration from losing the opener, the struggles in this game?
No, we were just upset about a play. We was upset about a play. We both had a disagreement, and we both just got into our feelings. And it happens. We're grown men. We're trying to figure things out. And, it just looked bad, But other than that, we have no issues with each other. And I don't want nobody to try to make this into an issue between me and AD, or I'm trying to cause a problem with the team, because I'm not. Everybody on the team know what type of energy I bring every single night, regardless if I'm on the bench, if I'm on the court, whatever. I'm the same exact person. I'm never going to change. I'm going to always be up. I'm going to always push my teammates. I'm going to always be positive no matter what. I didn't even say nothing negative to him, that whole exchange, So it just may have looked like it, but that's my brother. And I'm not going to let nobody mess up our relationship.
Wait, when did you guys squash it? And
we already squashed it during the timeout. It's over with. It's over with.
And when you didn't play in the second half, did you see that?
It had nothing to do with it.
Just in general, it seemed like a really testy game, stuff going on.
Yeah, it was. This is the team that put us out of the playoffs last year. So we was already agitated about that, that they beat us in the playoffs. And, it was like, man, not tonight. We can't let it happen. They beat us in the preseason. We like, nah. Tempers, everybody was upset, but that was we just got to control our emotions. And we're going to figure it out. We got 80 more games.
Just wondered what you took out of it from that moment and kind of how you guys are dealing with it at this point, if at all.
There we go. There's two guys. We're very competitive. We just want to win games.
He said that it might have been just on the court, something defensive, whatever it was. And do you think there's anything with the level of frustration, or is something you think is in the past at this point?
No, it's over with.
AD, both you and Dwight said that you guys resolved it, and competitive guys. But seeing teammates, come together like that on the sideline, with a shove and all that, we're not used to seeing that very often. It's not something you see very often. Why should that not be looked at as a sign of, a fracture with the chemistry of this team?
I mean, y'all can look at it how y'all want to look at it. I mean, that's on y'all. But in house, what we do in that locker room and what we say, we keep it to ourselves. And like I say, after the situation, happened, me and DH, we talked about it, and we left it at that.
AD, what was the nature of the defensive miscue that you and Dwight were trying to figure out? You guys were discussing.
Just a pick and roll scheme. That was it. I say me and him trying to figure, not just me and him, but all of us trying to figure out on the defensive end. And something happened. I was saying one thing, he was saying another on the scheme, and one thing led to another. And like I said, we talked about it, and we left it in the locker room at halftime.
In addition to what happened with you and Dwight, there was text tonight. There was a fan that got up in Rondo, and the emotions of this night. Do you think there's any reflection on how your team composes itself, or how you can handle emotions in high intense games like this?
We got to do a better job of, not allowing calls that we feel like should have went our way stop us from what our goal is out on the floor. There were some very, very difficult calls that we felt like we should have went our way, but we allowed that to, combat 3, 4, 5 possessions in a row, and we started to lose control of the game because we were kind of too worried about what they were calling or whatnot. So I think that side of the emotion side kind of got to us tonight, and that's what happens when you're trying to get over the hump. You're trying to play perfect basketball, or as close to perfect as possible, and one call here or one mistake here seems like it's the end of the world when it shouldn't be, but we'll get better with it. We have no choice but to get better with it.
Rashawn Haylock, KTLA 5 Sports. LeBron, a lot of frustration, obviously, but what is something that you can take away from tonight that the team improved on, that you guys got better at tonight?
I don't think it's a lot of frustration. I really don't. I think there's moments when you're frustrated because you want to be better. You want better communication. You don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to give up a layup. You don't want to miss an assignment. But I think it can get overly blown when you lose a game and you have some text here and you see altercation and you start saying, okay, well, these guys are ultimately, the whole thing is frustration. And we're competitors. If you don't get mad at certain things on the floor that you feel like should have done better, then what are you here for? So, we like that as a ball club. We like that adversity. I like that adversity, and I like it even more when two men and a team can come together and talk about it and move on. That's what real men do. You don't let it linger. You say what you got to say, and you talk about it. You move on. That's what we did tonight.